back with another Wednesday Rant with Dalisa. I know I haven't done this in it's been a minute. It's been a minute. You know, I'm trying to get myself together with doing YouTube, okay? I'm getting there. Okay? Because I really want to do a lot more. I'm tired of a lot of stuff. But anyway, so, new, old here. You already know, Wednesday Rant with Dalisa, I'm not staying on one topic. I talk about multiple things. Okay? But one exciting thing that, oh my gosh, I couldn't wait to tell you guys, whoever's watching. Anyways, but tell me why, and I'm not lying, but I don't have no proof of it. Like, I mean, you either believe me or don't. I don't really care. That's not my problem. Like, what do I need to lie for? But it wasn't that long ago. Recently, I guess you could kind of say recently, but I saw Big Lex and Summer at WeHo. They're actually really sweet and they're really, really pretty. But it was kind of weird, like, the interaction. I feel like I feel like it was kind of like not nervous, but like, I don't know, kind of like in shock, like seeing them, because I was just like other people and I was talking to them or whatever. And I happened to look, and I'm looking because I'm talking, but I'm trying to like pay attention to my surroundings at the same time. And I happened to look like over my little brother's shoulder, and I'm like, I'm not like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I'd be probably giving people dirty looks, but that's not, look, I'm just trying to pay attention to my surroundings, if that makes sense. But I'm over here doing this, looking, and I look, and I see like a girl. I'm like, no, I don't think that's her. I'm like, it looks like her, but it's not. So she says like, hi or whatever, and I'm like, oh, it is. Oh my gosh, okay. But they're super sweet and really, really pretty. So how people are portrayed on TV is not obviously true. So, keep that in mind. But they're really sweet and they're really pretty. But yeah, so I got to meet them. So I wanted to, brag about that, of course. But anyways, now on to what I wanted to talk about. Like I said, it sucks because I didn't take no pictures with them. But he got to take pictures with them, but I didn't. But anyways, now what I wanted to talk to you guys about, like, a bunch of stuff. I'm kind of getting sick and tired of like this. There's so much stuff going on social media, people arguing back and forth. And personally, to me, like, with all these arguments and stuff, I don't really care, because you guys are too rich to be doing all that. And I would be, focusing on putting my money in places where, it needs to be, like helping, giving back, building up a business to make even more money. And it's just, you're too rich to be doing that. Like, why argue? Why pay attention to that? And then on top of that, I'm trying to get to where I need to be in life. I'm not paying attention to that. I don't really care. Like, it's stupid. You either communicate, talk it out, or fight if you really need to fight. And some people, they just talk to talk, and they're not really like that. So who cares? So I did want to say that, because I don't know, I just feel like there's too much going on social media. Like I said, personally, to me, I do not care. That's not my business, and it doesn't pay me, so why should I care? But I'm tired of seeing it on my feed. But anyways, I want to start out there. But I also wanted to talk about being in the gym, because I really have been trying to get this BBL body, okay? Natural BBL body. But not to be like that, because, I am a girl's girl and I do not like putting people down. But I saw someone post or tweet, like, I guess you could say, not necessarily an influencer, but an IG person or whatever, talking about they would still get a BBL and work out. They wouldn't change up. Like, they still would have got it either way, regardless. And talking about you big back, big neck, muscular, something like that. But I just want to say, for people, and then talking about you can't achieve an hourglass figure without getting basically the surgery. That's not true. I'm learning a lot, and if you actually take the time to do it, you can get an hourglass figure. For me, I don't know if that's actually gonna work. I really don't know if it's gonna work. Like, I'm like, okay, like, I'm not saying like I got a wide back and like my stomach isn't skinny, but I want it to be skinnier. It's skinny, but I need it to be skinnier. What is it? Like, you know, what's her name from The Incredibles? Okay, that's how I'm trying to get my waist. Anyways, but that's not true. But you could get that. But for me, like I said, I don't know because I got scoliosis, so I was gonna say something. I might as well just say it. But I'm kind of a little bit over here looking like Shamar, just in a different form. Okay, not too much. Anyways, because I'm not a bully. I'm not a bully. Okay, but I just don't like that because people that are getting surgery and stuff have so much to say about being in the gym and they know everything and they know it all. But you sat up there and laid on that table and you apparently now just think you know everything and anything about when it comes to the gym. So point of the matter is go to the gym, okay? And I feel like the gym is really therapeutic. I didn't say that right. We're just gonna ignore that. That's why I'm like imaginary crickets, tweet, because yeah, you did not say that right. But anyways, like when I'm anxious or when I'm like irritated, I'm like, I have to go to the gym. Like I need to get on the stairs. Like I want to be focused on being mad on being on the stairs because the stairs I have a love-hate relationship with it. So let me focus on that and just listening to the Bible. Like I'm listening to that and being on the stairs or doing something and working out and listening to music. So because at first I was like, I'm gonna work out at home, buy all the equipment, but go to the gym. There's so many good benefits to it, and you will achieve the body that you want without having to lay on the table. So don't listen. Like, I can't stand that. People just think they know it all, but you took the easy way out of it, and then now you just think you know everything. And then that's the thing too, like I've already said, like the thing about surgery is what's so funny is you spend all this money on getting surgery, but guess what? You have to maintain it because you can't just eat anything and eat everything and eat the whole world and think that you're still going to have that. No, that's not how that works. Like, you know, when I'm, like I said, I'm not the type of person to be judgmental, but when it comes to that, a little bit I am because you laid on the table. Like, shut up talking to me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care. Then people always got to say, like, oh, the fat came from, like, my thighs or something, and it doesn't matter. The fat was never there to begin with. The fat was somewhere else in your body, and now you got to put it to the back. Okay, exactly. Exactly my point. Okay? Not to be messy, but anyways, on to the next, because that topic just makes me mad. But, okay, so I don't know if you guys watch Kaisenet and his streams and stuff like that or whatever, but I guess for like his 30-day marathon thing or Mathiathon, because I did watch all of it. Like I did. But Kim Kardashian, I think she was like in the beginning of it, like the first episode, the first day he streamed, or maybe the second day, I don't know, but it was in the very beginning. And she was on there talking about like homework and stuff like that and how kids shouldn't have homework. And honestly, you know what? I do agree. And I wanted to talk about this because I'm like, I feel like it should be for certain age groups though. Like, okay. Because when I talked about this, everyone was like, but how are kids going to learn? I work with kids, so I'm allowed to say what I need to say. And I'm going to say what I have to say because other people, when I mentioned that, they're just like, no. And I'm like, that's not, you don't work in a classroom, so you don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, so people can argue all day long with me about this, but until you actually are in the classroom, then let me know. But if you're not, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. But I feel like the kids are learning, like they're studying in the classroom. Like I feel like nowadays the way that school is so different. Like they give the kids like the classwork so much and it's like a lot, and I feel like it should be at a slower pace. And then on top of that, to come home and have to do homework, and then you have to wake up early again and repeat the same thing over and over. I feel like maybe around like fourth through high school and obviously college or whatever, you should get homework. But younger, no. Like it's just too much. And I feel like for certain subjects you should only get homework for certain things, or you shouldn't. And it should be like you're studying and you're learning in the classroom, because it's like where do the kids get the time to be kids, if that makes sense? Like I feel like there's so much that they have to learn in school, and there's so much that they have to do. Like then they don't get to be themselves or explore in any activities or get to spend time within themselves and explore what they want to do, or, you know, figure out who they are, this and that, or spend quality time with their family. It's just a lot. I just feel like, you know, as you get older, yeah, like you want to put in that work, or you want that career field now that you're in high school, college, or whatever. Okay, now you're in the real world. Like, you gotta do this stuff. You gotta put in the work. Even, okay, for college too, certain subjects, I feel like homework shouldn't be necessary either. Like, I'm in college, so I could say that. And sometimes when I'm doing my work, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like, this is just wasting my time. Like, can I do something else, or like write a paper, or not do it at all? Like, I'm learning, like, some classes, it's like, this is not even going to my career field of what I need to do. Like, this is just wasting my time. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I feel like when it comes to certain subjects, homework shouldn't be involved. And if it's not something, if it's kind of just like not necessarily playing around, but something like that you have to learn when it comes to education, then okay. And if it's not that important, then there shouldn't be any homework. So I do agree with that to a certain extent, depending on what subject it is, if that makes sense. Because I don't know, I just feel like it's a lot, and I see that. And like I said, like, the grade level that I'm working with now, I'm like, this is too much. Like, you guys are like getting workload like what I'm doing right now in college, and it's like, kind of slow it down. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'm making any sense with that, but I feel like to a certain extent that's how it should be. But anyways, I saw a tweet that had said something like, I cut people off. No, like, I have good intuition, something like that. And I don't just, you know, come up with assumptions, or I have like strong feelings towards things, and I just know when something's up. That is true, and it's good to have a strong intuition, and what's the other word for it? Oh, like discernment. It's really good to have those things. But I feel like some days, with how our generation is, people don't use it the right way. They like do too much with it. Like, I'm so like like I said, I've always like, I don't care for my generation. I don't care for our generation. I don't care, and I'm not of this generation. But I've seen so many people like assume stuff, and like, oh, I just know my intuitions, right? I just have that strong feeling, and they look dumb. Like, oh yeah, maybe I was doing too much, or I just assumed that, or kind of like just thought they were lying. Like, sometimes people need to understand and separate like them overthinking between their discernment or their intuition, because that's not what it will be. And I always like will let people know, like, maybe you should just see, or you should take a step back and really see if that's the case. And most of the time that won't be the case. And I'm like, see, look at you. I'm not gonna say it, but in the back of my head, I'm like, you just did all that for no reason. Like, you look real dumb. Like, you did the most, and you wanted to sit up here and blah, like, I have strong intuition, and I was blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it was you overthinking. Like, go heal that, because now you want to assume this, or you want to assume that when it comes to certain situations or certain people. I don't know why. Like, and people like do that all the time. And our generation will brag about it so bad. Like, oh, I have a strong. No, some of you guys don't. Some of you guys need to go heal from stuff that messed you up, and that's why you think like, oh, I just know it, and I just should. No, you look dumb, and you sound dumb. Like, I don't know why we do that, or I don't know why you guys do that, but it's just like, and I overthink too. Like, I've always, like, I'm a big overthinker. Well, yes, I overthink, but everyone's always like, you know, you're so positive, Dalisa. Shut up sometimes. Like, I am positive. You know, there's always a positive to a negative situation, or always a positive out of something, if that makes sense, all the time, okay? But if you really wanted me to speak my mind about what I'm overthinking about, I probably would need to be in a mental facility, okay? And that's why, you know, I just shut up and I go to God about what I'm overthinking about, because like, people, I would be just like everyone else, like, oh, I have a strong, and half the time the stuff that I'm overthinking about, I'll be like, oh, well, it's good I just kept it to myself, and, you know, I worked on not overthinking about it, because look, it didn't turn out that way. And I feel like our generation should do that too. Like, you know, that's why I'm saying, like, go heal, because you're just overthinking about what, and talking about some my discernment. No, girl, that's not what it is. Like, you have something that you need to work on and that you need to fix. And doing that too, you could push a lot of people away, and then what? So anyways, anyways, because I just had to throw that out there, because I'm just like, you guys are, I don't know. You know, you guys know what it is. You know what I'm talking about. I always, like I said, I don't care for our generation. It's just, bleh. But anyways, something else that I wanted to talk about. How do I talk about this? I'm not into politics and stuff. Like, I'm aware and I know, like, what's right and what's wrong. I'm also, like, take the time, like I always tell you guys, look into things from different perspective. But I will say, when it comes to certain things, you just know what's right and wrong. And obviously everyone knows about what happened with the situation with I forgot his name. I actually did. Well, he just passed away. Like, that was like last month. It was last month. Charlie Kirk. He passed away, yes, last month. And I actually had seen the video and like what happened, and that wasn't right. Like, the fact that everyone's sitting up there on social media like, okay, well, what happened to you, was kind of like deserved, or the stuff that you went against or that you were trying to fight for ended up happening to you. At the end of the day, when it comes to like politics and stuff, I know things that's happening right now isn't okay and it's not right, but when it comes to stuff like that, when it's like life or death, that's not okay. Because at the end of the day, we're all humans, and that is a person, that's someone that had a family. And then on top of that, everyone else that was there also had to see that, and they went through that, and they're traumatized by that situation too. And then it just being in public, and then the family having to go through that. I don't think that's okay, and I don't think that's right. And then on top of that too, it's like so many people that were agreeing with it and not going against it. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, you may not like what he did or said, but that's still a person, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like stuff like that. Like, you see people's true colors and their intentions and how they think, and it's like, when it comes to stuff like that, people aren't coming together to understand and separate like what's right and what's wrong. And that was wrong, but everyone was looking at it as like, oh, that was okay because of what he believed in and what he was trying to change and do. No, I don't like that. Like, I don't know, I felt like it was like really creepy too, like reading that and like seeing that everywhere, and everyone's just like, oh, this and that. Like, no, like that's still a person. So that's how I'm looking at it as. I don't know, like, and just seeing that too, like, and just probably honestly being there too, that was probably even more traumatizing. But when it comes to stuff like that, regardless if it's right or wrong, if that person may be right or wrong or what they're talking about, and if I think that it's wrong, I'm gonna speak up and say something. And that wasn't okay for everyone just to sit up there and say all those things. That's embarrassing. Like, ugh, I'm so sick and tired of people. Like, I really am. I'm just, I am a people person, don't get me wrong, but then, like, other times it's kind of like, this is why I only talk to, I could probably, yeah, I can count how many people I talk to on my fingers, how many people I'm close with, okay? Like, because I just can't with people. Like, I really, like, honestly cannot, but, on to the next topic. I wanted to talk about I've already talked about this topic before, but I have to talk about it again. Being a Christian and Christianity. I'm so sick of you guys. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Lord. He will forgive me. But you guys are so, like, ridiculous. This is why I said, like, I know who the Lord is, and that, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and I will praise him and continue to grow with him every day and know who he is every day. But do not attach me to no Christianity when it comes to any of that, because you guys are so embarrassing. Like, I'm seeing more and more stuff on TikTok like, oh, this is demonic and this is evil. you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. If you do this way, you're gonna do this, and you're gonna do, like, this is gonna happen to you. Oh, and I have a big discernment. Then, oh my gosh, did you guys hear about, this is what I mean by, like, embarrassing. Talking about I think it was last month. It was September 23rd. That's when the world was supposed to end, or, we were supposed to have the rapture. And it was so funny too, because it's not funny. I don't make it. Okay, let me stop here. Okay, I literally that day, I'm like, okay, so on September, I'm gonna just say allegedly, because that's what it was, like around like September 23rd, something like that. One of those days was the 24th, but I think it was September 23rd. But, okay, I literally, on that day, no, because I have to look, like, on the day, because I think that's what it, like, really, like, that's what they were saying. It was that day, or either, like, another day. I don't know why I'm laughing, because is it really fun? Okay, yeah, I think it was that day. I think I'm right. But I had work, okay? So I'm like, okay, so the next day when I wake up, the rapture, it's not funny because I'm not saying it like that. The rapture of the world is supposed to end, okay? So I'm waking up in the morning, getting ready for work, and I'm just like, I'm kind of like laughing to myself. I'm kind of thinking like, what do you know? Like, I knew that stuff wasn't true. Like, I don't know why you guys keep doing stuff like that. And it's so stupid. And I'm not, like, I shouldn't be laughing, but I am going to laugh because, like, they just think they know it all. That's what I'm saying. Like, Christians like that, you guys just think you know it all and think like, oh, I had a dream and I had a discernment. Like, okay, yes, there are some people that really do have those gifts and those spiritual gifts that God blesses them with. But then there's some that, they have it too, but they take advantage of it or just try to kind of flip it and spin it around and say stuff that's not true. Like, how are you? We don't know the day or the time. We don't know when. So, and that's not our, like, we are not supposed to know that. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're not supposed to know that. We just are supposed to be here doing what we're supposed to be doing, using our gifts that God gave us, knowing who he is, passing it down to others, encouraging them, loving one another, and doing the work that we're supposed to be doing. Like, as you guys keep saying stuff like that, like, oh, don't do that. Stop doing that. Like, I don't know why, and it's really not funny, but it is funny at the same time, because I'm like, yeah, we're supposed to be, and it didn't happen, like, every single time. And the thing is, too, it'll be a good couple of years before they come out and say, I bet you, again, what, we're in 2025, 2028. 2028, someone's gonna do it again, put something, I had a dream, and like, you guys gotta go, like, you gotta get right with the Lord, as you should, not to force religion on anyone, but as you should, but get right with the Lord, because on this day, he's coming, we're coming home, we're going home. Like, okay, girl. Like, I'm sorry, stop. Okay, you don't know that, okay? Like I said, you just do what you need to do to get closer with God and gain your relationship with him and know who he is. And when you're struggling and when you have good times, bad times, you go to him, you know him, and you praise him and give him thanks and pass it on to others. None of the extra stuff you're talking about, because I don't know why. Like, that's why I say it's so embarrassing. And that's why I say too, like, yes, I'm religious and I believe in God and everything, but when it comes up, do not, no. And that's why I say these Christians out here, like, it's not funny. Okay. Anyways, we're moving on to the next, because it's not funny, and I feel like I'm kind of being offensive right now. I'm not being offensive. Like I said, I believe in God too, but you guys are just doing too much. Anyways, so I'm not moving on. Can we please talk about, and I just was talking about this And the last video, the last time, I just literally like wanna, I'm so tired. Like, your 20s is like, even though I'm 19, your 20s is so like, I'm exhausted. Does anyone else feel the same way? I just feel like still like we're in this repeated loop cycle. We're gonna get there though. We're gonna get there. Speaking it into existence for all of us. The Lord is gonna make a way for us. Keep going, okay? Don't feel discouraged. No, none of that. You're allowed to have setbacks and like, rethink things, overthink things, but you still make sure that you get up, do what you need to do every day, push yourself, want to do things, want to motivate yourself, go to God, or go to things that help you feel positive and motivate you and pick yourself back up. Because I know, we're going to get through this. Our 20s is, and you got to see why I say, like, I want to be I'm 19 and I speak that into existence because I am. Like, the 20s is not for the weak. And it's definitely, I'm going to get there though, okay? I'm going to get there. We're going to get there. We got this, okay? We do. But I just had to do that. And like sometimes literally too, yeah, I try not to do that too much, but I just want to like rip out my hair because I'm like, because I'm like, some days I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't. No, we've got this and I've got this. Okay. We got this. Be positive. I always tell, like, literally, like, I'm pretty sure everyone, like, girl, I probably say, you just got to be positive, like, probably 100 times a day. I literally tell everyone that. You got to be positive or always find the positive in something. Well, if you just, and that's why sometimes everyone's like, girl, like, Dalisa, it's not the time for the positiveness right now. Well, I'm just trying to help, because right now you're sounding very negative-ish, and you need to stop speaking that negative-ish, okay? Making yourself feel worse. Go through the negative feelings and then go to the positive, okay? That's how you gotta be. But anyways, I wanted to talk about how people were talking about, like, on TikTok, influencers and stuff like that. And I know I'm trying to, like, get into that stuff, and like I am. See, speaking into existence. But some people just, like now looking at social media, and what's so crazy is because I'm writing a paper for my sociology class, repeating basically the same things that I did to get my associate's degree. But it should be easy, right? Right. It is easy because I'm just like, I already did this. But some people just really think they can be I'm not going to say the word because I don't know how to say it. But, well, let's try again. Influential. I don't think I said that right, so I'm going to shut up. I'm not trying again. I'm not, what's it called? So that's why sometimes I think I need to take speech classes. I will eventually. Anyways, but some people just really think that they're, trying to do something, and it's just like, you're not, like, I just feel like there should be more uplifting or other ways that people can be influencing others. And some of the stuff that I see, I'm not even like trying to be a hater or no, none of that, but why are you, like some of the stuff, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, you should do this and that, or I'm going to show you why I'm doing, like, I don't know, like, does that make any sense? Like, that's why I said, like, people are really getting on my nerves. Like, I block, I shouldn't be saying that, I don't care, but I block so many celebrities and influencers. I do. You say the wrong thing, post the wrong thing, or something where it's like you're supposed to be influencing other people, but then you're also putting it down, blocked. I don't care. Like, you don't have to be on this is my phone. If I don't want to see you on my phone, I don't want to see you on my phone. You're being annoying. Shut up. And then, you know what is so crazy and funny? I never comment on anything when it comes to, like, I'm trying to get my career up. I'm not trying to get canceled. I probably will. no, let me not say that. Let me just shut up. No, I'm not. Like, you know, but I don't want, I'm trying to start something and I don't want people like, oh, you see, like, that's why I just zip it. Well, but with some things, you know, like I said, I will say, and sometimes I already told you guys in the last video, like I said, I'm working with God every day, growing with him, but I still do like to fight. So I don't do all that talking. I'm gonna just pop you. But anyways. Okay, moving on. I need to stop right now because I just... Okay, I wanted to talk about one last thing when it comes to styling and clothing. I wanted to mention this again because I feel like people are just too judgmental. If you want to shop on Shein and stuff like that, whether you're a guy or a girl, go ahead and do that. You could do that. Because when I'm rich, I sure will still be shopping on Shein. You don't live above your means. Like, some people just make me so mad with money because it's like, yeah, you got all this money, but don't live above your means. Save your money or put your money in other places for it to grow. Don't be buying this, buying that. Like I said, I don't want a lot of stuff. I'm not materialistic. Like, I spoil myself, but now I feel like over time it got so bad where I spoiled myself a lot, where I'm like, I don't even care about a lot of stuff. Like, I just want to be accomplished and working towards what I want to have, like, if that makes sense. But shop at Shein, because I see that too much. Like, oh, you shop at Shein? Those look like they're on Shein. Okay, and like I said, and Amazon too. Amazon has name brand stuff, so don't knock Amazon down. Okay, and with Amazon, you could get it the next day, okay, or that same day. And you want to be talking about me with what I have on. So if you want to shop at Shein, go ahead and shop at Shein, girl or boy. But go ahead, who cares? Like, I don't know why. What's people's problem, like, against Shein? Or you want to shop on Temu? Go ahead. DHgate, go ahead. You want to get those knockoff Jordans or that knockoff Gucci bag? Like, see, that's one thing. When I go back to New York and the next time I'm in LA and, like, you know, the little marketplaces or on the side street, I will be getting myself, like, a Prada bag or some Prada glasses, and I don't care. Like, you don't have to have these $100 glasses or $1 million glasses, $1 million bag. Like, it's just a bag. It's just glasses. It's just shoes. It's all the same thing. And from what I heard is apparently, I'm going to say allegedly because I'm not going to get in trouble for that. But that stuff is just, the stitching or something was bad. It's still the same thing. It's just, it's bad. And they just put it as it's fake or didn't, I don't know, make the cut. So is it really fake? Who cares? But if you want to shop at Shein or whatever, go ahead. Like, I still do it. Because I'm speaking to existence that I'm going to be rich. But anyways, one last thing though. I did want to say that you guys should read more. I don't know. I just feel like it just opens your mind and everything. And at least read, if you can, 3 books out of the month. And then the next month, do it again. So, do it. I feel like, do it, lady. But I feel like it just opens, I don't know. I just feel like it opens your mind and gets you going, like, thinking about different things and being more open-minded and creative too. Because when you're reading, like, well, for me, when I'm reading, I can picture everything that I'm reading and create a whole movie in my head. Then I'm over here thinking, like, well, maybe I should be a director, okay? Because some of the books that I'm reading, I'm like, I know all the actresses and actors that can be in this. Shoot, I can even be in it too. But just read a book, okay? Read more. But anyways, those are all the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. I hope no one gets, like, I'm not trying to be offensive. Please don't be offended by that. Like, you know, I'm just over here trying to have fun, okay? And trying to be uplifting and encouraging. But those are all the things that I want to talk to you guys about. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And tune in for more. And continue to watch my videos. If you're not, you know, then I'm going to have to fight you. But no, I'm just playing. Am I really though? No, I am. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. Only when I need to. But anyways, thank you for watching, you guys. And I have some things upcoming this month. It's not like, you know, I'm gonna be going places, so hopefully I actually am. I need to lock in. Okay? I'm trying to lock in and get this money. But anyways, just, you know, tune in for more. You'll see whatever else I have planned or whatever else I need to rant about, and feeling like you guys need to rant about it too, but you're not going to speak up. So that's why you have me, to watch me to speak up, because I'm going to say it. But anyways,